Hey guys.
I'm back again. Been gone for months and then back with a couple of videos in 1 week. So I'm getting back on it. Getting back into things. I'm a little fray here. Let's see. So this is the other Pooh journal that I was working on while I was doing the custom order. And this happens to be a Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2 book that one of my customers and friends sent me in some Happy Mail. She sent me a bunch of books, and so I really like this one. I did something with the copyright page. I'm pretty sure it was from the 70s, and but I don't have the copyright page to show you, but you can tell from the story now and the pages. Now I don't have the whole story in here. There's quite a bit of it, and it's not necessarily all in order. I just used the pages throughout the book and put a bunch of other Pooh stuff and scrapbook paper and things in it like I did the custom journal. And then there's a nice healthy, there's not as much stuff actually tucked throughout the journal. There are a few tags and things. So I put a nice healthy pack of fun goodies. Not gonna go through all this. These are all paper goodies, and then there are some buttons in this little CD holder in the back, and then some little fabric pieces. I did not use, like I did in the other part of that vintage pillowcase that Renee had sent me, but I put a piece that's got Tigger on it in here that I had left. I think I've got one more piece of that, maybe that has Piglet on it. I may have another Pooh one, I'm not sure. Got to go back through my stuff, but nice little goodie pack of little fabric scraps and bits, and then one of the towels that I made, and this one has Pooh and Piglet on it, and then the other towels on the charm. So this is the fun little goodie pack that will come with the journal. And then, let's measure this one. So this book, I'm gonna make sure I'm in frame because I'm still moving things around, y'all, and I did some more adjusting after I did the other two videos, and so now I'm having to put my camera or my phone, which is what I use, in a different spot. So I'm kind of over to the left on my desk versus on the right, and it's a little awkward, so I got to make sure I stay in frame. So this book is 6.5 by 9.5. So it's a really good size. And then there are 5 signatures. I don't think I told you guys how many signatures were in the other book, but there's 5 signatures. And with this one, I used a gingham fabric on the edge, and I just thought that went better with this particular book because the cover's so busy. I didn't want to put the more Pooh fabric on the side. I just thought that'd be too much. But and then it's bound in with this brown wax linen thread. And then on the charm, I've got Tigger. Well, you've got Tigger and Eeyore and vintage buttons again. Some really pretty vintage buttons that I thought would go with the colors. A few little glass beads. There's a little heart. There's Eeyore. Some fun little wood buttons, just a mixture of fun little things. And then here's the little, I just took a little bulb clip and a bulb pin and put the little Tigger and Pooh towel on there. So that can be removed very easily. The charm cannot, the charm's not removable. And then the tie, I did the tie very similar. The fabrics are similar to the custom Pooh, but a little bit different. Like I didn't put any of the heart. I used this gingham instead, and this sort of blue jean fabric. The bees, the floral, the polka dot. So it's a really long tie, so you actually could cut some of this off if you happen to purchase this journal, because this one will go in the Etsy shop. This one I made for the shop. You can cut some of this off and use it as tabs. You definitely don't have to use it as the tie, but there's enough that you could just cut some of it off and then still have a tie tied in a knot. So it's pretty long. And then there's, like I said, there's 5 signatures. I did count There's like 94 pages in here, I think it is. That's just counting each page as singular. It's pretty chunky. There's a lot of stuff in here, but if you remove, if you remove some of the tags and things that I have in here, you still got some room to grow, and you've got quite a bit in here in the spine, and it's a flex. It's very flexible. Lots of fun. I really like the way these turned out. I feel like I got a little carried away, but but not overdone. There's still a lot of blank space in here. Yeah, see, and I'm out of frame. There's still a lot of blank space in here for journaling. I'm gonna adjust my camera just a little bit. Let's see if I can get this, because I'm not used to, yeah, there we go. Excuse me, I don't even know what I was saying. Anyway, there's still a lot of space in here, and lots of fun stuff. I did put things in here. Where's the paperclip? I did put embellishments in here, but not like all on the pages, So it's little things. This is the inside cover, and here is the back side, which is the little map. And I just took little random pieces of washi tape, fabric washi, because the book was torn in places. I just kind of covered that up and add some more interest to the book. And the corners were pretty rough, so I did add the book corners. But up here, it was pretty, the cover was coming off here, so I just kind of fixed that. I didn't add anything else. No buttons to the spine or anything. I thought it turned out super cute. I'm happy with it. So I hope somebody likes it. I hope it finds its new home. And I made this little tag. I took one of the smaller books and cut this little piece out that says this book belongs to, and then just put some little scrap fabric washi and a little scrap and a little felt button from Jen, and I stitched around it and made like a little flip tag. So if you want to give it as a gift, you can write a note in there, or you can just journal and put the name on there. So there's Pooh paper in here. I pretty much used up I had purchased a paper pad to do the custom book with, and then it was like 2 pieces of each paper. I've pretty much used up all that paper. I think I have one sheet that has little bees on it, and one sheet that has Tigger all on it. So I do have some things to do. I was going to show you after I finish this, because a couple of people have asked me if I had more books to do this. And I'll show you what I've got in case anybody's interested. Anyway, let me try to stay focused. So I made some envelopes. I just took some of the book pages and had the image where you can see the image, and took some fabric washi and a little tag or label and a little felt button, stitched around them, put some fabric washi on the back. This one I added a little butterfly sticker. I did not put anything in these envelopes. They're simply just clipped in for whoever purchases the journal to use however they want to. There's a couple of them, I think there's 3 or 4, at least 3 of them in here that I just clipped in. Here's the intro page, but the copyright page, I don't know what I did with it. I must have folded it up and used it as a tag or pocket or something. But yeah, I love this page of Pooh and the little bluebird and the butterfly. Love it, and I love this paper. I can tell this book is from the either late 60s to mid 70s because of the texture of this paper. It's just really nice. Some vintage ledger. This is some other lighter weight scrapbook paper, and just a little fabric scrap, feed sack fabric scrap as a tab. I made several little cards in here like I did in the other book. This one has Tigger on it. And then there's a pocket pocket. It's a double pocket, so I put a little little journaling spot and another image from another book here. Okay, and then a layaway tag in there, and of course Pooh and Christopher Robin and all his friends. And then one of my paper clips. So I added one of my beaded paper clips. Another book page. Some of the holes were pretty big here from where I took the signature apart, so I just put some washi here and on the back side of this one. I didn't do it on all of them, I just happened to do it on that one. It looked a little raggedy to me, so I added that. Added a fabric Pooh pocket here with some vintage quilt and fabric down here on the bottom. Just put a little, just put a tag, a vintage flashcard, and then I just stapled a vintage milk tab, milk cap, not milk tab, to the top. So this is another from the paper line with the bees and the hexagons on the other side. Here's one of the little cards, little flip up cards I made. So these, I just, these little sleeves, really intended for photos. So you can take this out and glue it to another page, or just tuck it to the side of a page as well. You don't have to use it in the pocket. And then I put, this was from another book. I fussy cut this little image of Pooh and Piglet out and just glued them on the back. And then here's another little book page that I just made, a tuck pocket this way, or tuck spot, top pocket. I can't even talk. Here's a little scrap quilt piece as a tab. This is some more of the scrapbook paper from that paper line. And I can't, if anybody's interested, let me know. Leave me a message or ask me a question in the comments, and I'll let you know what that line of paper is. Another book page, another pocket, another little tab. This one I just kept blank on the inside. I did stitch around these. I don't know if it's showing up in the video, because again, I used white stitching, but that's a little, journaling card. Here's another little journaling card with a Pooh image from another book. And then this is a little, I have this die that cuts out these little Polaroid shapes. And then I thought this little bear holding this flower was really cute. That came off a sticker sheet, probably a Maggie Holmes sticker sheet somewhere. And I added a little gold heart down here, and I just stitched across the bottom. So this would be cute as a, frame for a picture on a page. And then that's the back side of that journaling card, and then a little KB and Friends digital journaling card. Some vellum, some of the heart paper that Phaedra sent me. I've got to figure out where she finds this stuff. I love this. I love this paper. Y'all will love this paper, whoever purchases this book. If you really love different types of papers and textures and stuff, I just think it's so neat. Excuse me. And then here's another pocket. Here's a pocket I made from one of the book pages. And then here is a tag I made. This came from another Pooh book that I cut this image out and glued it on, and then added washi and the little label and flower. Just stitched around it. Pretty simple. But, time consuming to put all this together. So here you can see where you can kind of see the holes where the book was bound together. But it just doesn't stand out as much here as it did on that one page. So that's why I covered it up. And then here's the center of this signature. And rather than doing pockets on both sides, I did a little pocket up here. So you can tuck things up there. And then the little pocket down here. Here's another tag. I think I used that same image. Did I use that same image back here? Yep. I tried not to duplicate images, but I did in this one. So maybe I'll look and see if I have another. I don't think I have another small tag like that. But anyway, you can use it as a gift on a present. I think this will be really cute for, a baby gift or a little kid gift tag, to put on a gift. So, and then this is a little embossing. Just a piece of paper that I embossed with the florals that I think would be pretty somewhere in here. Another book page, scrapbook paper, book page. This is cardstock, and then I just stapled a little tab. This is Pooh paper that Darla sent me. But you can see I left there's a lot of white space in here for you to use. Here's another flip tag. And these are made out of file folders. I think they're fun to do. And I just simply clipped them just to get them to kind of stay for now. But I think once they've been in the book for a while, you really don't need that. But you got little extra paper clips to use throughout. Here's a little printable, another tag I made, another little journaling card. And you can see there is a lot of the book. There's a lot of the storybook in here. This is the scrapbook paper line. Did a little tab. This is some really cool little paper. Can't remember where this polka dot paper came from. I think it was some Happy Mail that was gifted to me, and it's like a handmade paper. It's really cool paper. And I just had some bits and pieces of it left, but I recycled that. A little vintage button. Another pocket with Tigger jumping on Pooh and Piglet. And then I made this tag with just Tigger on it, stitched around it, you know. And this is really cool if you use the white gel pen. I like using the black papers. I think it's cool if you can see how the white really stands out on it. And I think it's really cool if you use white, to use white gel pen on these in journal. But you can add photos in here. I mean, there's a lot of, you can add photos all over it. And then I had another one of these Tuffy Tiger animal rummy cards, so I put that in here. And then a repair tag. This is just some like stationery music paper. More of the paper that Darla sent me. That's got Tigger, graph paper, and then this is just some cardstock. In the middle of this signature, I did an envelope. Okay. There's nothing in this envelope. This came from a larger Pooh book, and I'll show you in a minute. Made several envelopes. There's another one in the middle of the signatures for this book. And I just think it's cool, just a cool way to use book pages up. And then there's a bunch of little fun bits in this little vellum envelope. So what I did was just tuck these together like that. Another pocket with Tigger and some handmade fabric washi and a little felt button. And then here's another little tag I made. Very simple. Added some vintage ledger on the back. Some more of that green paper and the image and just stitched around it so that you could put, it gives you journaling space up here and on the back, or you can add a photo. And then here's a little library card that says the time tree and a vintage flashcard. Graph paper, the storybook, the other side of that paper. This is just craft cardstock with some fabric washi down the side, just to add a little bit of interest there. This is more the scrapbook paper. This is a little piece of vintage quilt. I just stapled that little tab on there. And then here's another little, this is a journaling card that I added scraps of paper and stitched on, cut Tigger out, added him. And then a little tag and a little enamel heart and flower up there that I stitched across. Added some other little journaling cards in there. These little cards came from Jessica Rapp's Digitals. She's got some vintage children's playing card or journaling cards. Here is another one of the envelopes that I made out of the book page. And the fabric washi, little label. These are fun too. You could send, as Happy Mail to somebody else who likes Pooh if you don't want to keep them all. This is more scrapbook paper that Darla sent me. It's got all the little honey pots on it. I did add some of that graph paper like I did in the other. It's like the cross between a vellum and and sort of a transparency. More paper from Darla. Here I just made a little pocket here. I haven't put anything in here. Like I said, I didn't put everything, a bunch of stuff in all the pockets. I added a lot of extra stuff. some of my fabric washi here, my scrappy fabric washi. Vintage buttons in the middle of the signature. And you can see there's lots of space. Lots and lots of space to add. This is vellum. Lots and lots of space to add photos in your stories, and you know, you just want to collect Pooh stuff, however you want to do it. And I added another one of these little It's Ice Cream and Cake Day cards. I think these cards are so cute. It's a little birthday card. I just love these little guys. There's like a bunny and an owl and a squirrel, another bunny, little bear. I guess he's a little bear. A beaver, a raccoon. They're just really cute. And then there's some more things, you know, more journaling cards in here. There's a vintage little game card or flash card back here. And that's the 4th signature. So this is the 5th signature. I did put a little circle Tigger and a tab and a flower, and then a heart and a little piece of scrap washi on this side. And you can tuck stuff. So let's see, let me find a tab. So it will hold things here. So you can tuck things there or on that side, and it'll hold it, okay? And I'll put that back in here. I'll put him right here. Just added bits a little of the fabric washi throughout, just to add interest to the page. I did add a Bambi page in here, just one. Here's another envelope with Pooh and Rabbit and Piglet sitting outside. A little butterfly. And then more of the scrap fabric washi. And this fabric washi has all kinds of random fabrics in it. Similar to the ones that I made the tie out of. I tried to kind of keep, well, it can be really random. Sometimes I do try to keep sort of the same colors. Like I wouldn't come in with something totally off from, even though there's definitely a mix of colors in here. This is more paper from Darla. This was just a little piece, so I just added that little piece in. Another little, this was just another little flip out. I had this little card shape in my stash while I was messing around with this, and this little image. So I folded up this book page and stitched it on, and then just added these little bits and stitched around this. I did add some ink to it just to kind of, because it was white. But you could journal. What I think would be cute is either put a little picture here or journal right here. And then, you know, put pictures in here. Tons of space there. So a good way really to use up lots and lots of little bits, which I have lots and lots of little bits. So here's another envelope from another Pooh book. And they are playing in the water. I think they're throwing big old rocks in the water. Another little tab. That's a paper tab. And then another card with a Pooh page. And then on the back, I added some scrapbook paper and a little label and butterfly. And this is fabric washi. That's some fabric that Jen sent me. She sent me so many, and I know I did a, good Lord, get in there. So I know I did a Happy Mail share of, she had sent me a bunch of fabrics. And they're just so beautiful. I'm trying to use those. And then there's the other side of the Bambi page. That's another little fabric piece of washi that I just for some interest. And then I love this paper with them all hugging each other. I'll probably end up buying some more of this paper because this is fun to cut these little images out too, and use them as little embellishments. So anyway, so that is this journal. And you know, I left the back, I cleaned it up. I did do ink around the edges. The edges were pretty, you know, kind of raw. You can see right here. It was worse, that little where the cover was coming off. It was worse up here, so I thought it just took away from the book, so I added that. Excuse me, I sound hoarse. My This weather, y'all, I don't know about y'all, but it's getting to me, my sinuses. So anyway, so that's the journal and the goodie pack and the tie. And I just wanted to show you guys because a couple of you, have mentioned, I hope you do some more Pooh books. Well, and I don't have the one, and I'm just going to do this on the tail end of this video. If y'all don't want to see this, you can, of course, if you don't watch any of my videos, you don't have to. You can just click the off button. But anyway, so I thought I would just show you guys what I do have as far as Pooh goes. And if anybody is interested, please feel free to message me on Etsy, or you can send me a separate email. My email is, I'll put my email in here. I don't know if it's in this. My automatic stuff is not coming up in my description anymore, so I'll put my email in here, but you can message me on Etsy if you're interested in anything. If you want a Pooh book, I do have this particular book. This is a little golden book. I have not cleaned it up. It needs to be cleaned up a little bit. This one is a 1965 copy, but I don't have all the pages, so there's a couple of, there's a couple of pages missing, but still would be a really, really cute book. So I have that. I have this one, which is intact. You can tell it's definitely worn, but it's really cute. And the whole story's in here, so I could use the whole story. And it's a 1965, okay? So I do have that one. And this one needs to be cleaned. This looks like it had a little bit of water damage, so probably on this one I'll clean it up, and then I would probably add some washi or some fabric stuff on here too. But the inside of it's pretty good shape in the whole book. But you can see, it had a little bit of water damage, I can tell. So, this is definitely a newer Pooh illustrations, and I can't see. Oh, good Lord, I don't know what, it's the letter, copyright, so I'm not sure, not sure how old this one is. It's not super, super old. But this could definitely be covered up, and doctored and made into a really cute book. There's this one that I don't have all the pages for because I've used some of these pages, but there are enough in there that I could use. So this is, Pooh's Grand Adventure. And that is, I don't know what the copyright on that one is. This is newer. This is probably late 80s, early 90s maybe. And different size. So this one would be like, 5 3/4 by 8.5 maybe. Yeah, this is a different size. And then I have the very best Easter bunny. I was going to do something with this at Easter and never did. But I do have that one, and I think all the pages are there. Might be one missing. So there's that one, and then this, I have actually pulled pages out of this, but this would be cute too. Just put, it's Winnie the Pooh's opposites, but I think it would might still be a cute little journal. This one's small. 5 1/4, 7, a little over 7 1/4. And if anybody's interested in, if you want to make a journal out of it, if you want to purchase any of that for, not very much, I'd be willing to sell it too. So, this one I do want to make a journal out of. This is from August 1966, and look, it was 50 cents. This is a soft cover book, but I love this is some of the original type illustrations of Pooh. And it's 3 different stories in here. I wouldn't use all the pages, but let's see. Definitely use like that one. And some of the other ones that have really cute little images. This book would be fun. This is not super, I think I could probably fold it. I don't know, it might crack. I think this might, No, not cracking on me. But I'd definitely probably reinforce it if I did folding on it. But I thought about, I'd like to cut this out and maybe do some collage on the background with paper or maybe some fabric and sort of create a cover with this, you know, taking this piece and then the back piece here. I think that would be fun, but that's the project for another day. But if anybody's interested, because I've got to get to work on, I've got to get to work on those other journals that I started. So I want to finish those first before I get sidetracked, because I do that. I'm terrible. These are some of the book pages that I have left from the custom book that I did. So I separated those out. I did save the flyleaf pages from that journal that I just showed you that's going in the shop. I thought that they would be really cute. Yeah, here we go. That's the copyright page. Duh. 1975. But if you purchase that journal, I just thought since it was on the inside covers of the book that I would save these for another Pooh journal. But if you purchase that book and you want these, let me know and I will send them to you. But yeah, 1975. So, and then here's a big one. So this is one that Chastity sent me, and I've made a bunch of envelopes out of it. So it is like, yeah, 8 1/4 by 11. So this would make a nice big, fun journal, big one. And then I have Winnie the Pooh Friendship Day. And this one's cute too. This is newer. But that's what I have. I do have a couple of other ones similar to this one. And I think I have out on my grandkids' bookshelf out here that I can pull out and use. But right now I'm letting them read those. So yeah, so that's kind of what I have if anybody else is interested in another Pooh book. And then here's all the pages that I have from, you know, from other Pooh books. Yeah, so I have plenty of Pooh stuff if anybody is interested in any of those. But I don't have the cover the custom cover that I did. Those are super hard to find, y'all. Excuse me, hiccup. I haven't come across any of them, but now I have not been shopping recently. So, in stores and stuff, and my thrift store closed, so. Excuse me, not my Susanna's. That's my favorite store, but that's Susanna's Antiques. You know, she has vintage and antique items. She's not a thrift store. It's like a consignment store where she has lots of different vendors. But my thrift stores, the 2 thrift stores that I shopped local to me within like 10, 15 minutes from me, both closed during COVID. And one of those thrift stores was amazing. And I'm just super disappointed that it closed. But you know what? It's forcing me. Shop your stash, Carla. I told y'all when I started, I've pulled stuff out and I keep reorganizing and, you know, just trying to get things like I want them so that I know where everything is and I can see everything. And it's a lot. I've got a lot of stuff. And I know most of us do. Most of us crafters, we have a lot of stuff. And then we see something else and we're like, ooh. Oh, I don't have that. I'd like to have that. But I've got to stop. I've got to get, or I want to get through a lot of the things I already have. So, and I have tons of stuff I need to send some happy mail out to. But just getting back into it, back into the swing of things. And sorry if I've rambled. I did want to let you guys know, like any of you that were interested. And if you find a Pooh book, like my other customer did, if you find a Pooh book that you would like a journal made out of, I don't mind doing it at all if you don't have major time constraints. I don't do well if I get something and somebody says I need it in 2 weeks. That just doesn't, and I know that sounds really kind of cruddy, but that doesn't work for me. I need time. I need at least a couple of months to gather my thoughts and talk with you about what you know, if you just say just do it in your style, yeah, I'm good. But then sometimes my mojo is not necessarily right there on that project at that time. So that's what kind of makes custom a little bit more difficult for me. Um, but if I'm in that mode and, you know, like if I'm working on a bunch of kids' books and that's what I've got out and I'm kind of in that mode at the moment, sometimes it doesn't take me that long, but it just depends. I hope that makes sense. But anyway, but I am willing, if anybody's interested in any of these, you know, let me know. And, you know, it might be a minute, you know, it might be a couple of months, you know, or a month or two, because I am going to, my goal is to get finished with those other ones. So we'll see how many times I, you know, squirrel, how many times I jump back and forth, because I'm terrible. I'll start 6 projects and I go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But I really want to try to get those done. So I've got all my stuff ready and just got to get on it. Okay. Anyway, I've rambled enough. Love you guys. Let me know what you think. As usual, I love hearing all your feedback. And again, if you're interested in a Pooh journal anyway, let me know. And I will see you guys soon. Love you. Bye.